This product is absolute BS and further proof that Wizards of the Coast has completely abandoned the local game store. I know that this video, there will be people that watch this video and immediately reject it as drama. That's okay. There will be people that watch this video and get it too, and that's what matters. The Magic community, something I'm a part of and have been a part of for about 20 years, is well known for having some entitlement issues within the community. So when I complain about, or when I point out things that I think are problems with the local game store's relationship with Wizards of the Coast, most of the salty comments are simply like, well, my local game store stinks, so screw them. Or, well, my local game store charges too much money, so whatever. My point is, this is the type of attitude that is going to continue to drive prices down and continue to close local game stores across this country and the world. And when we're all done complaining about wanting everything for nothing and maximizing value, what we're going to be left with is no place to play the game we love. The relationship between Wizards of the Coast and local game stores used to be very good. While I would agree that some amount of the support they gave with WPN exclusive products was a little too much, but now they've gone completely the other direction, with the only WPN exclusive item that I can think of now being From the Vault, which, why not just put that at Walmart and Target too? I purchased this 3-pack of Iconic Masters from a Meijer, from a grocery store, for about 30 bucks. On the front page of Reddit yesterday was basically a way to get these for about 23 or 24 bucks, or as low as 15 depending on some deals or whatever. That was upvoted 900 times at the time I looked at it, and I get it. This is the culture that Wizards has cultivated with these cash grab sets. Wizards is mostly at fault for this type of behavior. When you put out packs that are $10 and you promise your player base $50 or $75 cards in those packs, this is the culture that happens. We want to get the packs for as cheap as possible to maximize value. I don't blame Magic players for wanting to get a deal, but what I think is a lot of us don't see the big picture. They don't see how badly the struggle has been for the good local game stores. I know many of you have had bad interactions, but you've got to remember that the overwhelming majority of people have great stories about their local game store. Everybody has a bad local game store story. Fortunately, in most cities, you have multiple options. Now, I do agree that having these sorts of products available at Walmart is nice for people that don't have local game stores in their city. But I would argue that if your city is big enough for a Walmart, it's big enough for a local game store. And if the community is large enough there, this seems like a great business opportunity, or at least would have been when things were better. It started going downhill when Planes Chase Anthology came out. That was a garbage set. Local game stores took a bath on it because it was available everywhere and it was getting blown out online for half of MSRP practically on launch day. Several bad From the Vault sets like Modern Masters being available to big box sellers online, where it's being sold at $80 below MSRP at launch. All of these things are adding up. All the From the Vault, or I'm sorry, Anthology products, the dual decks have been garbage. Nobody wants them. Modern Masters being available to just about anybody. Strategic relationships. Here's one that nobody in the entire community seems to question. And look, if by now you're tired of complaining, What you're saying is you're tired of hearing the truth. And if you're tired of hearing the truth, there are plenty shill accounts here on YouTube that you can subscribe to and just live in La La Land all you want. But the fact of the matter is, Wizards of the Coast is allowing Mass Drop to exist, someone who has sponsored this channel before, who literally buys boxes of Magic cards from local game stores, which is specifically forbidden in the Wizards of the Coast WPN agreement that they sign. Wizards of the Coast seems to have no problem with this. So little a problem, might I add, that they also let Mass Drop sponsor the Pro Tour. So they don't care that they're complicit in violating the WPN agreements, and they're also promoting them. They're accepting their money to promote the Pro Tour. They don't care. They don't care that several sellers on eBay have completely floored the market. You've got Sports and More selling booster boxes brand new for $80 shipped. They don't care. Sports and More, why should they care, right? Sports and More buys thousands of booster boxes from them at wholesale. Who cares? Many of you told me when I did my video on Sports and More, shut up, Jeremy. You're screwing us all over. You're ruining it for the rest of us. We want to pay $80 for a booster box. But these are the same people who will then complain that there's no $20 mythics. You see what I mean? And I don't care if that offends you because it's true. Everybody wants unlimited value and they don't want to pay anything for it. Meanwhile, local game stores are struggling all around us, closing at an all-time rate, and nobody seems to care. You know what this does? You know why this is particularly maddening? And no, I'm not going to open this. So if you're waiting for me to open this, go somewhere else. I'm going to return it. Because MJ Holdings, I believe the name is, they buy thousands of loose packs from Wizards of the Coast. MJ Holdings does not have a brick and mortar. So why are they getting this product? Wizards doesn't care. Now, product that is supposed to bring in valuable foot traffic around the Christmas season to local game stores is now going to funnel into big box stores. When I can go to Meijer and get this, why would I ever go to a local game store? I could get it when I'm picking up my salsa, my frozen pizzas, my winter socks, and my light bulbs. I can also get an exclusive high-end product, Iconic Masters. Plus, I can also wait for them to have some store-wide sale or some loophole where I can get it for $6 a pack. Yeah, I know this is great for the players, but what most people can't seem to do is see past their nose. This is about the long-term effect this has on the market. You can't, this is going to kill local game stores this Christmas. You know what happens when grandma comes in to buy 3 packs of Iconic Masters for grandson? They might also buy a board game when they're there. They might also buy a gift certificate when they're there. They might remember it when it's that same grandson's birthday later the year, or granddaughter. But now they can just pick it up at Walmart with their Depends, and nobody cares because they're getting cheap packs. I don't care if this offends people, it's the truth. And if you don't like to hear the truth, then you've already thumbs this video down, and that's fine by me. I care about this community. I care about local game stores being able to survive. I care about being able to go draft somewhere on Friday night. You can't draft at Target and Walmart. You can't draft at Meijer. Why is Vintage Masters or Iconic Masters there? Wizards does not care about local game stores anymore. They care specifically about bottom line. And this may be a deal they did at the Hasbro level. That's entirely possible. But I'm sure Wizards of the Coast has some say in that. And what I'm told, I'm hearing rumors that they actually held back supply from local game stores to sell it to MJ Holdings so they could do this. Nobody seems to get mad for longer than an hour when Wizards of the Coast is literally posting Facebook images on their Facebook and Twitter telling people to go to Kmart and Target and Walmart to buy their freaking Magic packs. MJ Holdings negotiated some deal with Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast to put those packs on sale, and then Wizards promoted it. You know how many times in history I've ever seen Wizards of the Coast put out a video promoting a local game store and telling people to go buy packs there? Zero. 0 times. Now, there were some people on that thread that were upset about it, but at the end of the day, nobody cared. Everybody went and bought the packs. They said, well, my local game store charges $3.50. Screw them. I'll go to Target. I can get a Starbucks while I'm there. This is the culture that Wizards of the Coast has brought on itself with these master sets. They brought it on themselves with the master sets, and then they hoard out and they let anybody sell it. So what everyone does, they put it online and they sell it at rock bottom prices. And I've talked to 4 or 5 local game stores right now. Some of them didn't even know that this was happening, but all of them are scaling back their orders. All of them are struggling. They have to buy Explorers of Ixalan, Iconic Masters, Dual Decks, From the Vault, Unstable. These game stores are run by 1 or 2 people. They have to fork out the money ahead of time. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. And the customers aren't even coming in. They're just going to Target and buy it with their stupid gift card that they got from their grandma. And I don't blame the customers. But these will be the same customers that don't get it. That don't get it when they go to F&M and no one's there. They don't get it when they go to pre-release and there's 6 people there. They read a thread on Reddit about getting a deal on packs at Target and they don't care. They go get their deal and they forget all about that local game store. But then on Friday night when they're looking to go play Magic, where do they go? They go into the game store. And they pay their $2 to play Standard. The game store sells them a soda, and that's it. I'm not saying that local game stores should have a license to overcharge people or charge whatever they want. And if your local game store is overcharging, fine, buy it online. You can still buy it from other local game stores who sell on eBay and Amazon and support local game stores in other cities that have fair prices. What would be wrong with that? Go on TCG Player, where it's literally all local game stores. Buy a box from someone there. This whole, well, I don't have a local game store in my town, so Walmart, that's baloney. You're wrong. You're just saying that to make yourself feel better. You could buy from a local game store all you want. You just don't care. And maybe if people were paying into their local game stores, attending events, not obsessing about saving a nickel on a box and just buying everything on Amazon, we'd have more local game stores. I've said this in another video. You watch, Q1 and Q2 is going to be a bloodbath for local game stores. You're going to have a ton of local game stores that had to overextend to have all this product on their shelf for November and December, and hardly anyone's going to come in and buy it. They're going to lose all that important new customer foot traffic because moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas are going to go get their kid Iconic Masters from Walmart instead of going into the local game store. Let me tell you a story. I shared with you a couple years ago, my mom, who's like 60, wanted to give me a unique gaming gift, something for me. She went to TK Games. She talked to the guy behind the counter. He got her some cool stuff for me. And now I get gift cards to TK Games every year, and they're great. And my mom bought other things there for her niece or her granddaughter, my niece. These are the customers that local game stores need. The grinders, nothing wrong with being a grinder, but if you're not, you should at least be self-aware enough to realize that you are not a good customer for local game stores. You buy your singles online, you buy maybe a soda, you play your event, and you leave. You don't buy board games there, you don't buy dice there, you maybe buy sleeves once in a while. You are not a great customer to have in the store for them. I'm sorry, it's true. If that offends you, then you're not looking at it objectively. Wizards of the Coast should absolutely be ashamed of leaving local game stores behind. And I know when I upload this video, everyone's going to get butthurt about it. It's going to have a ton of dislikes. And I don't care. Because I've been around long enough. I've had my local game store closed down, and it's sad. I've been to bad local game stores, and I drove to a different one. Or I gave that game store feedback, and they got better. And if they didn't, they got closed. And a better one opened up. Because there was a time when this was a noble business to have, a great business one, and one that you could at least support a family on. I'm not saying local game store owners should be getting, be millionaires. They should have the opportunity to be, but this is a huge blow to local game stores, and nobody seems to care. Everyone, I see it. Everybody on Reddit talks about how you get a great deal at Target. No one's saying, well, maybe we should go to our local game store. I went to 4 Targets. Every one of them was sold out. I went to 2 Walmarts, sold out. I went to Meijer and I found this. This is just a prop for this video. I'm returning it. Those are all people in my city where there's 15 local game stores within 30 miles that went to Walmart instead of going to a local game store. So don't tell me that it's only for people who are in local game stores or don't have local game stores. That's BS. They go to Walmart because they're there buying a Mountain Dew. And it's not players' faults. It's Wizards of the Coast's fault. It's going to be a tough Christmas for you guys out in local game stores. If you have a local game store, let me know. I'm happy to shout you out and try to signal boost you. I'll see you in the comments, I guess.